Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second game of the doubleheader between the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts and the Alexandria Aces. The Thunderbolts, literally 30 minutes ago, finished this one out in Game 1, where the Thunderbolts took it 19-8, and what was a thrilling 14-7th run inning for the Thunderbolts. But now, just like that, the second game starts. 8:34 is the first pitch to Acosta. He hits this one to second. Running over is Acosta, and he beats out the throw. Acosta reaches first safely off a crazy run to first from the second baseman throwing. That was Elijah Grant, who just pitched not too long ago.
Playing second now.
Elijah Grant gave up those runs in the bottom of the seventh, but immediately out there for second base. And pitching for the Aces, Jack Fihiri. Fihiri, the pitcher at Duke University, and he went to Gonzaga High School in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
One
of my high school rivals, so not too fond of that. But I know he was a top recruit coming out of Gonzaga College High School when he was at that level.
Jack Fihiri looking to go as long as he can in these 7 innings that the doubleheaders are played in. Swung on here for the Thunderbolts. Choosing to go first base is Grant, and he's going to get Connor Fricke out at first.
I mean, just the speed of Acosta allows him to make defenders second-guess themselves. And Grant, it seemed like he looked at a double play initially, but no, Acosta just has too much speed, and instead you got to just opt for a simple out against Connor Fricke.
Now in the third spot, we'll go over the lineup really quickly for the Thunderbolts. It's Acosta, who you just saw, Fricke, who you just saw, Kutney at the plate, Griffin Poovil DHing, Baker at the 5, Camacho the 6, Pegues the 7, Gibbs the 8, Schmelzer the 9, and E.J. Youngling, the starter for the Thunderbolts tonight at pitcher.
You going to make another Star Wars joke? I know you made that one time.
We will at some point. He will earn that joke.
You got to earn the joke, okay.
He will earn that
Interesting.
joke. This one outside to the right for ball 2 to the UMBC retriever, Nolan Kutney. He pinched hit for Matthew Kim at the 9 spot in game number 1, in which he came up clutch with a walk and proceeded to come around in the same inning for a second at-bat and got a hit. What a crazy game that was.
9-run 7th, just coming back from down 3. Truly amazing from these T-Bolt hitters that they kept in the fight, they stayed in the game, and just put up a crooked number.
Top of the first inning, 1 out. Acosta on first, and Nolan Kutney in a 2-1 spot against Free. Pitch is right outside for ball number 4. So a 4-1 walk for Nolan Kutney, and the Thunderbolts picking up where they left off, have a man on first and second base with 1 out. So Jack Fihiri, the Duke Blue Devil, pitching for the Aces. He's a left-handed pitcher. Going to be facing a lot of righties in this Thunderbolts lineup, but Acosta, the lefty, did reach. But, I mean, it seems like he's been reaching every time he gets to base, Patrick. 3 hits in that first game.
It's just that he can reach base in so many different ways that's fouled off for strike 1. And I think that's what makes his game so strong, in that he's fast, he can reach base on, like, infield tappers and bunts, and he can hit the ball hard as well for singles and doubles. So I think he's just extremely versatile both at the plate and in the field. I mean, he's starting in left field. And in a crowded outfield room, he's serving as a utility man.
This one's dropped by the Aces. Throw to third is safe. Acosta chooses to run to third on the dropped ball from the catcher. Really tight play, goes the way of the runner.
If he was tired from game 1, he's not showing it here in game 2. Already swiping bags left and right.
One's across the scoreboard, as Patrick would say, sticks.
Sticks on the board, yep.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. First and third now for Fee.
Some good baseball terminology for those at home.
This one gets away, and Kutney's going to advance to second without a throw, but swing by the Thunderbolts. We get a 1-2 count to Cameron Baker. Cameron Baker.
This is still Puvel.
Oh, excuse me, Puvel. And Puvel is DHing in this game. Had another really solid outing in the first game. Reached base every single time, and as Sam said on the last broadcast, he is perfect against the aces in getting on base. Well, that perfect streak ends as he struck down for strike 3. Puvel goes down looking as Fee gets that one at the top of the strike zone for strike 3, and there's 2 outs.
Huge punch out there for Leahy on the mound. You know, Puvel came off the bench in the last game in favor of Joey King. So, you know, he's had limited action today, but I think he's juiced up.
There's a strike from Baker as he swings hard for strike number 1. Fury, this time, ball downstairs. 1-1 count. Runners on second and third for the Thunderbolts, looking to score first in this doubleheader. Fury throws this one, and it's fouled off by Baker for strike 2. Baker playing right field now this game instead of left field where he was just at. And in left field, he was getting lots of trash talk to him from that Alexandria Aces bullpen, but it's part of the game. And this one in there for strike 3, and Baker goes down looking. Fury, 2 strikeouts out of 3. And that'll end the top of the first inning. Thunderbolts strand second and third base.
Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than the numbers. It should reflect you. As a trusted investment advisory firm, Parkview Capital partners with individuals and families to build and protect wealth. Parkview Capital personalizes strategies rooted in your values and long-term goals. Whether you're growing your portfolio or preserving a legacy, Parkview Capital crafts a clear, customized path to your financial future, one that evolves with you. Parkview Capital, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Dan Metcalf has long been a supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Now, he's at a new location. The Finn Family Group of Perennial Real Estate. If you want to find that perfect home in the perfect community, then the Finn Family Group is for you. The Finn Family Group believes in community, and they bring that sense of community when working with clients to find homes in the Silver Spring-Takoma Park area. Call them today at 301-450-6999. Once again, that is 301-450-6999. The Finn Family Group, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the bottom first inning. In this doubleheader between the Aces and the Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts took game 1, 19-8. But back out for game number 2 not too long later, as it started about an hour and a half longer than people thought due to how long that 7th inning ended up being. E.J. Youngling making the start for the Thunderbolts tonight. First start of his season, usually a relief guy. But E.J. looking to provide some really solid innings for the Thunderbolts today. E.J. from Moravian. He, so far for the Thunderbolts, has pitched in three different appearances, 7 total innings, and has a 3.68 ERA, 6 total strikeouts. And his latest appearance against the Southern Maryland Senators was a solid one. He's been putting together really good pitching all season, but against Southern Maryland, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run. 2 strikeouts to go along with that, and he's going to face his first batter, who also pitched last game, Elijah Grant, the second baseman. And Grant, on the first pitch, is going to foul this one to the moon.
I think it's so unique that Elijah Grant is able to, play second base, play a couple of different spots, and, get on the mound. I mean, he's not a big guy when you look at him, watch him in person, but he really outplays his frame.
Second pitch to Grant is outside for ball 1. And Grant had 2 shutdown innings for the Aces pitching, and then that 7th inning just got away from him. But now he's got a chance to do something with the bat. And he does something he does, and this one drops down after a dive from the right fielder, Baker, and Grant is going to immediately get to second base and hit the scuba celly. And the Aces have their first base runner and their first hit and the first at bat of the game.
Well, he's earning it right back, and that ball was hit really hard. Cam Baker made a phenomenal effort. I thought he was going to come up with that baseball. It looked like a really good dive from my perspective, but unfortunately it just got behind him, and Grant was able to take second. I'm surprised he didn't give a look at third. And Brian, you consider how he was on the mound and was pitching really well until he gave up all those runs in the top of the 7th, and then he came out of the game. But the T-Bolts didn't stop, so it's, it wasn't really a detriment to him. It was just the Thunderbolts saw red.
The first pitch in to Jackson Scrow, strike 1. Jackson Scrow playing at Haverford College in Pennsylvania. And he hit in the first game as well, had a very solid outing. But E.J. Youngling looking to control his first batter of the game. Throws absolute gas, but was very close to catching Scrow.
As I mentioned in the last broadcast, Brian, this is someone I have to take notes on. He's going to be playing in my college's conference, so potentially someone that I could see next spring.
This one is right down the middle for a strike, but advancing is the speedy Elijah Grant. And Scrow in that first outing against the Thunderbolts was 3 for 4, 2 RBIs and a run. So hitting 75% of the at-bats he had.
T-Bolts are really paying him no mind on second. He was easily able to steal third, no throw.
And Scrow fouls this one out of play to the right. Looking to add on to that performance he had in the first game. Probably the best hitter in that first matchup between these two just 30 minutes ago. Youngling's got him in a 1-2. He pitches, fouled back once again behind home plate for a foul. And we're going to do the 1-2 once again. One-two count, 0 outs, and man on third base. Anything put in play might bring home Elijah Grant. It's that first strikeout, and there's E.J. Youngling's first strikeout of the night.
There you go. Just a huge pitch in that spot. You mentioned how, any ball in play would have likely brought home Elijah Grant with his speed, but instead Youngling takes matters into his own hands. He just punches him out, freezes him with a strikeout, and now he's probably going to have to do it again.
There's the first out of the inning, and E.J. Youngling is going to give up a slapper, but caught by first baseman on the ground for the hop and out.
Yep.
What a play by first baseman Connor Fricky, and that's out number 2.
That is so huge right there, Brian. And
holds the runner at third.
Fricky just absolutely scooped it. And if you think about it, that ball probably would have gotten through into right field if he didn't make that scoop. And it held the runner at third in the process, like you said. So just a huge way to get an out. And Youngling has a chance to strand this runner on third after he was on with no outs.
So that was Hunter White, the first baseman, who just hit to Connor Fricky for the out number 2. Bringing up now Matthew Pazik. Matthew Pazik is catching this game. E.J. Youngling 1-0 to Matthew. And there's number 2, just too high and out. 2-0 count to Pazik. And in the first game, Pazik was, as he gets freeze there for strike number 1, 2-1 the count. But Pazik in that first game of the doubleheader was 0 for 1, but with 2 runs and a strikeout. So he got subbed out pretty early.
A couple of hit by pitches.
There's a 3-1, and I think Pazik wanting to get on base without having to get hit this time. Not a fun feeling.
No.
But with 2 outs, Youngling looking to get out of this unscathed.
Would this earn him the Padawan joke?
Maybe. This one skied over the bleachers here behind us.
Ooh.
For strike number 2, foul ball.
Thankfully that didn't hit a car.
My car is pretty close here. I don't want to have my vehicle damaged.
No. That wouldn't be fun. I used to have that a lot in Little League, but
here's the payoff pitch. 32, 3-2. It's hit right to second base, bobbled, but picked up and thrown away for the Thunderbolts. And just like that, with really all the time in the world, the Thunderbolts have the throwing error to first base, and it's 1-0 Alexandria.
They seem to, or Gutney seemed to just kind of rush that play, and they're going to have to pay for it with a run. Just kind of some tough luck on the fundamentals. And I think, Brian, if he still picked it up, he would have had that out at first.
He did pick it up, and
he picked it up in time.
After he picked it up, he still had plenty of time.
He still had time.
And wasn't able to make the throw. Really just brutal there for the Thunderbolts.
Well, to be fair, Cutney a little bit of rust at second base. His first start back there after being a second baseman for the T-Bolts last summer.
This one a little bit low for ball number 1 to Jack Warner. And in Warner's first game in this doubleheader, he was 3 for 4 with a run. He did strike out in that one appearance where he did not reach base. He's going to slap this one to first baseman Connor Fricke, and there's out number 3, but not after the error, which led to a run for the Aces. 1-0 Aces as we're going to head to the top of the second. And we'll be right back in just a second.
The Athletic House on 18952 Bonanza Way in Gaithersburg is a promotional product distributor making mugs, pens, and T-shirts for advisors. The Athletic House can supply your company with every possible promotional product for 3,000 suppliers. With so many ad specialties available, Athletic House can help leave a lasting impression with your customers, and they will create long-lasting relationships with your clients. The Athletic House, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. The Radial Tire Company on 9101 Brookville Road in Silver Spring specializes in balancing, repair, and installation of your car's tires. The Radial Tire Company has experienced technicians with a commitment to quality service, advanced equipment for balancing and installation, and comprehensive repair options. The Radial Tire Company on 9101 Brookville Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
Back to the action, top of the second. Coming now, Thunderbolts Aces, and Jack Fury back on the mound. 2 strikeouts in that first inning. Stranded second and third base. Played his 2025 ball at Burlington and this past year at Duke. At Duke, he gave up 7 earned runs for a 4.4 ERA in 11 games. 16 total hits, 2 home runs, 14 walks, 10 strikeouts. So playing his ball in the ACC at a 4.4 ERA, very impressive for Jack, and he's looking to build on that this summer.
And just looking at the profile on Perfect Game, when he was being recruited as a high schooler, he was the #1 left-handed pitcher out of, the D.C. area. and had a national ranking of being the 155th best lefty in the nation.
Wow.
So clearly this kid has some really special talent.
His first pitch is going to hit Sam Camacho Jr. Just like that, Thunderbolts have a base runner. First pitch of the at-bat, first pitch of the inning, at the top of the second. Sam Camacho, who just had a huge breakout game for the Thunderbolts, is going to reach first.
I was going to say, I think that was his breakout of the season. He had a huge 2-run double to kickstart the rally of 9 runs in the top of the 7th. And, maybe he could build off that performance going into future, games.
This one smacked by Pegues. Deep to right is caught for out number 1. Looked like it was real nice off the bat. Turned out to be a simple play for the right fielder. 1 out for Fury.
I mean, Gabe Pegues can really make some great contact when he gets a hold of a baseball. We saw him have 2 doubles against the Olney Cropdusters when they were at First Responder Field. And my, oh my, did he just put a pound to those baseballs.
Colin Gibbs takes his first pitch in for a strike. Inside, strike zone. Colin Gibbs played his 2026 ball at Maryland and just finished his transfer to Delaware.
Will be a Blue Hen next spring in the Conference USA.
His second pitch seen. It's a strike outside. Good catch by the catcher there to save that one from Camacho potentially heading to second. That catcher being Matthew Pazik. The lefty deals. This one just a little bit too far out inside. 2-1 the count.
Now that I think about it, we got a Gonzaga College High School Eagle versus a St. John's Cadet, 2 WCAC schools.
The great private school conference.
Yep.
And I bet these guys might have seen a bit of each other in high school.
Most likely, yeah. It seems like there's some overlap there.
Gibbs played in 18 games for Maryland and had 6 starts. 5 runs and a .444 on base percentage. He sees ball number 3 upstairs.
I mean, the WCAC, I got to see it firsthand as a DeMatha guy for 4 years. The competition, it is a dogfight whenever you play a school in your conference. There's so much pride on the line, and the stakes are so high. These guys were competing in competitive environments since high school.
The payoff pitch is ball number 4. Colin Gibbs going to trot his way to first base. Sam Camacho to second.
Oh, that's back-to-back free passes, however you want to put it. Camacho getting plunked, and then Colin Gibbs taking his base on 4 balls. So now the T-Bolts can start to get the mill going.
That brings up catcher Kai Schmelzer, who had a little bit of a break in that first game. He's going to rip this one to third shortly. Play at second is an out, and play at first, he's safe. So Camacho going to advance to third, but the out at second brings out number 2. And Fury with a chance to get out of this one unscathed once again.
Well done to get the fielder's choice there on the infield. Jackson Scrow still at shortstop after he started their last game. And Matthew Kim is going to come in. He told me he was the designated runner for this game. And now he'll take over that aspect of the game for Kai Schmelzer.
There's ball 1 to the top of the order, Acosta. And Matthew Kim, the runner for Schmelzer. But Schmelzer still definitely made his way to first base with speed to avoid that double play. The lefty to the lefty. Drops in for strike 1. Good breaking ball. Two outs, man on first and third. Similar position to the first inning. that Fury was able to get out of. This one, strike 2 at the top of the zone. Back-to-back strikes, 1-2 count, and 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Score is 0-1 Aces. Top of the second. The 1-2. Fouled off by Acosta, and he stays alive. And posted no more than 30 to 40 minutes ago was an interview by Sam Bergstrom with Acosta and Sam Camacho after that first game. In that first game, Acosta had 3 hits out of 5, 3 runs, 2 RBIs, a walk. He's looking to improve on that as he's already 1 for 1 with a single. This is strike 3 at the top of the zone. And that's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Fury, and he breaks out of this one with no runs, stranding 1st and 3rd. With the Aces due back up in the bottom of the second. We'll be right back.
Chuck Levin's Washington Music Center on 11151 Veers Mill Road in Wheaton has been serving Washington musicians since 1958. Chuck Levin's is family-run and is famous for instrument sales and its repair facilities for guitars, woodwinds, brass, strings, and electronics. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 6. Chuck Levin's Washington Music Center at 11151 Veers Mill Road in Wheaton, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Wild Bill Sports is all about travel baseball and fun. At Wild Bill Sports, travel baseball is the journey players take to develop skills, increase confidence, and grow with integrity both on and off the field. Wild Bill Sports also promotes community engagement and giving back. Contact Wild Bill Sports at wildbillsports.com. Wild Bill Sports, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
Back in for at-bat number 2 for the Aces. The Aces coming into this one 8-8 after taking that last one not too long ago here early in the night. The Thunderbolts at 4-10. Big game for both teams as the Aces look to jump back up over 500, sitting there currently right now. And the Thunderbolts trying to inch closer and closer to getting back into this tough North Division. But looking at some scores around the league as we wait on E.J. Youngling's second inning, we've had doubleheaders all around the league today. And Olney beat the Southern Maryland Senators in the game 1, but Southern Maryland Senators taking it 16-11 in game 2. Bethesda took down the Braves 6-5. The Grays took down Gaithersburg 9-8. And now every game since playing game number 2. As we get into the first at-bat of this inning between E.J. Youngling and Liam Irving. First pitch to Liam Irving. Inside for ball 1. Irving making his first appearance of the night. And we're going to get, I believe, potentially a balk here.
I don't think a balk doesn't do anything without runners on base.
I guess the umpire coming up with Schmelzer to talk to E.J. Youngling.
Some umpires, have that habit where they just want to go monitor the amount of time being spent in a mound meeting. And, most of the time an umpire will go out there after, a certain period of time, after the team has their moment. They go over what they need to go over. But I guess this home plate umpire, he wanted to monitor the conversation himself, word for word.
Zero outs, 1-0 to Irving. He fouls off. He's fouls off for strike number 1. Excuse me.
Yeah, Liam Irving, one of 2 guys in the starting lineup for the Aces that did not play in the opener of this doubleheader, so he is nice and fresh for some reps.
This one popped up. Multiple guys calling for it, called off and caught. For out number 1 was second baseman Nolan Cutney.
Great play by Cutney. Kind of redeemed himself for the error he made in the bottom of the first that cost the T-Bolts a run, but did a nice job of tracking the pop-up in an angle that he's not quite used to. He still mostly spends his time on the right side of the field, specifically the infield, but, you know, just able to make a nice catch.
First pitch is downstairs for ball number 1 to Cooper Scott.
Yep.
The DH for tonight. And we were talking about that error that led to that first run after this pitch here is fouled off by Scott for strike number 1. E.J. Youngling, if you look at his performances so far this season, has given up 7 total runs, 8 including this one today, but 4 of them unearned. So, yeah, 5 of his 8 runs that he's given up so far this year unearned. So, EJ, it can be hard sometimes to find that confidence when it's technically at times not exactly your fault, but at the same time it's just given to you. But EJ Youngling so far had a really good game against the Senators and trying to build it off it today. And this one just barely ball number 2.
That was a beautiful breaking ball from EJ Youngling on the mound. I'm surprised he didn't get the call there. That looked good, unless from our angle it was a little bit inside. Obviously, we don't have it perfect from where we're sitting.
And there's undoubtedly strike 3 that swung through by Scott. And that's the second punch out of the game for EJ Youngling.
Well, you can't deny a swing and a miss, Brian. There is 0 doubts about any sort of call that's going to be made there. And Cooper Scott just couldn't hit that breaking ball. Youngling went back to it and just made a really nice pitch.
Youngling now 1 out away from his first scoreless inning. Of course, that first run not earned. And there's strike number 1 to Brad Larson.
You know, maybe this early in the game you start to take notes on what that zone's going to look like, what pitchers can exploit about it, what they need to avoid, stuff like that.
This one way outside to the left for ball number 1. And the hitter for the Aces, Brad Larson, playing his ball at Rhodes College. And he's swung on here, and what a catch.
I don't think he caught it.
Oh, I thought he did. Okay, I guess it just fell underneath him, and he tricked us all. But there's a single for the Aces from Larson.
He appeared to have a glove on it, just couldn't quite secure it. It was Colin Gibbs at shortstop. Fantastic effort at it, but you're not going to make all those plays.
So this inning continues. Now Noah Harvey up to the plate. The West Potomac man, local guy, going to high school in Alexandria, Virginia. He's got an opportunity here to get back on base. Harvey started at third base earlier tonight, went 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI.
I think the right terminology is earlier today, because 5 p.m. was kind of this evening. It's just been a very weird day overall, I would say.
There's ball number 2 to Harvey. So he's staying patient at the dish.
So that was confirmed. That was a single. I mean, really tough play for Colin Gibbs to make. Don't blame him one bit for not coming down with it.
The 2-0. Floated in there for strike 1. Great breaking ball by Youngling.
Well, Brian, E.J. Youngling was here with the T-Bolts last summer, pitched quite well in my opinion. I'm glad that he's back. He's coming out of the D3 Moravian University.
Back-to-back floaters, this time just a bit outside. Ball number 3. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Runner on first base to Harvey. Youngling fires. And that's strike 2. Looked like it might have been inside for ball 4, but Youngling gets the call.
Well, maybe you just throw any analysis of the zone out the window. Maybe there will be some inefficiencies here today. Or some inconsistencies, I should say.
That payoff pitch for 32 is ball 4. Harvey's going to walk. Now first and second for the Aces. That's going to bring up the leadoff man, Elijah Grant, who's 1 for 1 with a run.
Youngling, interesting to see him as a starter. He had 14 and a third innings with the Moravian University Greyhounds, and he was primarily a reliever for them. So Brock Hunter seems to like having him as a Swiss Army knife if he needs to, start a game coming out of the bullpen. Those guys are valuable at the end of the day.
Grant sees one at his toes for ball 1. Grant wearing number 1, as he is the leadoff man. The lefty bat is very speedy on the base paths, as we saw in that first inning. In the bottom of the second, he's back up.
Hitting first in the lineup, played position number 1 on the diamond.
This one, foul territory left field, is caught for out number 3. That's Acosta making the third out. Playing a little bit of everywhere. Played right field in that first game, left field now. And we've obviously seen him at basically every position in the infield. But that'll do it for the bottom of the second. No run scored. First and second stranded for E.J. Youngling getting his first scoreless inning. We'll bring the top of the third for you in just a second. 1-0 Aces.
Jay Hollinger's Waterman's Chop House at 8606 Colesville Road in Silver Spring serves up Chop House classics, fresh seafood, Chesapeake Bay oysters, a raw bar, and hyper-seasonal local produce. It has one of the best bars in downtown Silver Spring, serving craft cocktails, beer, and wine. Jay Hollinger's Waterman's Chop House at 8606 Colesville Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Fetch Pet Care at 10111 Colesville Road, number 115 in Silver Spring, is your premier in-home pet care service. From dog walks, cat care, overnight stays, pet sitting, and medication administration, Fetch Pet Care provides services tailored to meet your pet's individual needs. Fetch Pet Care at 10111 Colesville Road, number 115 in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
Back on the mound for inning number 3 is Jack Fury. He's pitched 30 pitches so far, and in those 2 innings pitched, he's looked really strong. 3 strikeouts so far dealt to the Thunderbolts. He hasn't been invincible. The Thunderbolts have been getting guys on base, but haven't been able to bring anybody home yet. But they've had at least 2 guys on base in the first 2 innings. Just have to find a way to drive one home.
Well, they've had some chances, no doubt about it. And all they got to do is string it together. I mean, I guess with the way we saw this team in the first game of the doubleheader, it's better late than never.
That's absolutely true. We saw 14 runs in 1 inning after being down 3 in the last inning of the game. And now Fricky swings on his first pitch he gets, and there's a single for Connor Fricky. Stay hot, Connor. Connor Fricky 3 for 3 in the first matchup between these two today. He did strike out looking that first at bat in the first inning, but now going back right to his roots against the Aces.
I mean, every time he faces the Aces, does he just feel like he needs to be on base no matter what the situation is? I mean, this guy is an unstoppable force against the Aces. He just gets on base no matter what. And it's amazing that he has that ability in the back pocket.
First pitch to Nolan Kutney. Kutney got a piece of it, but it goes behind him. Strike number 1.
I was going to say he fouled it off.
And the Thunderbolts, like I said, have had guys on base all night so far, but just haven't been able to put it together in terms of getting a run. Luckily, it's still 1-0, only down 1, and they have their chances in this inning. But just like that, Kutney strings for strike two. Nolan Kutney, he's got the yellow batting gloves.
I wonder what that's for. If that's for probably to match his UMBC, black and yellow colors.
We all know Nolan Kutney the Pittsburgh native, played at Pitt early on in his career and is a big Steelers fan, so that might also have something to do with it.
I think the first priority, Brian, is for him to match the college colors, but I'm sure he thinks it's a nice touch. Maybe he did it on purpose because he could have gone black for, the Steelers.
Well, yeah, but we all know how Pittsburgh loves their little Turbo Towel yellow.
That's right, yeah.
Regardless, 0-2 the count, and Kutney stays alive with a foul ball, and he'll see 0-2 once again. Kutney, pinch hitter in game number 1. He got on base on a walk first time up. Kutney slams this one off his foot, and that one's going to hurt.
Well, he's not limping while walking around home plate, which is good. It was just smashed right into the ground, and it caught his foot before it went fair. But, of course, when that happens, it's still a dead ball.
Fury with the 0-2 count, looking to try to punch out another batter. 0-2, man on first, the pitch, high, ball 1. That went about at the lettering of the Tacoma Thunderbolts, Silver Spring Thunderbolts.
I find it so interesting as well that he's moved around a couple of different positions, seeming to tinker around this summer.
And there's strike 3 looking. Nolan Kutney watches that one go by him with a beautiful breaking ball from Fury, and he's already got his 4th strikeout of the night.
You really can just see the stuff on this arm. It is so good. It's what made him the best left-handed pitcher in D.C. when he was coming out of high school. And he can just pepper the zone with whatever he wants to. It's so much polish. You can tell that he's pitching in the ACC for the Duke Blue Devils.
Puval drops a bunt, but this one skies into the air over the huge, the backdrop behind us.
Backstop.
There we go, backstop behind us. Gets out of play.
Don't typically see that
very rare.
Often. Yeah. He was able to elevate the bunt so much for a swing, and its bat path geared to go down.
You see strike 2 right by him. And after the bunt attempt on pitch number 1, he's down 0-2.
Here we go, another WCAC guy at one point. Griffin Puval spent 2 years at DeMatha Catholic High School before transferring out. But, hey, man, my high school's athletic conference is getting well represented today.
This pitch gets away, and moving to second base freely is Fricky.
It's such an interesting backstop here at Frank Mann Field. The fact that the padding is sitting right there, the ball can, if the ball is coming in hard at that padding, it can bounce right off, and the runners are going to stay put. But if the ball lands in one of those dead zones, hitters, or I should say runners, they're going to take off.
1-2 count, swung on. Fury going to have to chase it. He gets to it and makes a great underhanded throw for strike 2. Excuse me, out 2. Connor Fricky gets to third, but Griffin Puval out after a running play from Fury. Showing off the athleticism there.
Just made a really nice glove flip over to first base. Pitcher fielding practice is paying off, folks. Pitchers, I can attest to it, work countless hours and put in an endless amount of time to perfect those types of plays, communicating with the infielders, getting off the mound properly, and completing outs.
The first pitch to Cameron Baker, his second time up. That's ball number 1, and Baker was a strikeout victim first time up in the second inning.
I wonder if Cam Baker is ever going to get a chance in center. He's played left and right a little bit, unless I'm missing a game he started in center, but it seems like he's comfortable in that corner outfield role.
There's ball 2 to Cameron Baker. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Just one hit would bring home Griffin Puval. excuse me, Connor Fricky. The Aces up 1 run. You've seen how drastically that thing can change.
Yes.
This one swung on by Baker for strike 1 as he gets no piece of it.
It's like a big hack at that pitch. May have been sitting on something and, you know, just swung right through the fastball near the top.
Fury deals.
Oh, wow.
That's a strike. Maybe they're saying that he went around on the check swing, but that one was pretty low.
Yeah, they're calling him on the check swing 100%. But then again, there was no appeal. So there's a double question there. That pitch, if you call it a strike, that was not close to the zone. And then if you're calling it on the swing, Baker, I think, held up.
Baker says, ball don't lie. He flips that bat.
Ball does not lie.
And he gets an RBI to tie this one up 1-1. A confident bat flip from Baker, who gets a hit to tie this ball game up 1-1. And scoring is Connor Fricky.
That was picture perfect right there. That strike call is a complete wash now. Cam Baker, he took that call personally, Brian, and he deposited a hard hit single into left field. Now it's Sam Camacho.
Sam Camacho sees strike number 1.
And just like that, it's a brand new ball game, Brian.
Still fairly early, but again, you have to take your chances when they come in a 7-inning game.
Right.
The lefty to righty deals. And there's strike 2. Sam Camacho going to have to defend down 0-2 here.
Something to consider when you're playing these 7-inning doubleheaders is that, you know, opportunities are going to be more limited. So you want to pounce on those first, second, third inning, you know, scoring chances. And the Thunderbolts did right there with a clutch 2-out knock.
There down low is ball number 1 to Camacho. So he can take a sigh of relief. Not with a 1-2 count, but now he's going to have to protect once again.
And we did establish that Sam Camacho is Dwayne Wade and Jonah Acosta is LeBron, correct?
We did.
In the duo, yeah.
Swinging for strike 3. And there again is Fury getting his 5th punch out of the game. He does let one run through, but Fury putting together a spectacular strikeout performance. 5 strikeouts through 3 innings. 1-1 is the ball game. The bottom of the 3rd coming in just a moment.
The Tacoma Torch, founded in 2019, brings laughter and a sense of fun to residents in the Tacoma Park and the DMV. The Tacoma Torch features satirical articles about the region that those with a sense of humor can appreciate. Send a headline or idea their way to the tacomatorch@gmail.com and watch what they do with it. The Tacoma Torch is on the web at tacomatorch.com. The Tacoma Torch, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring is the best chicken in the world because it uses peri peri sauce. From chicken on the bone to wraps and sandwiches, along with salads and veggie options, Nando's is your choice for great food. And, of course, the promotion that Nando's is having on June 29th, 2026 is for one night only. They're going to donate 40% of fundraising proceeds to the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. So that means every plate of flame-grilled peri-peri chicken that you order gives back to the community. It's a surefire way to support. So that deal is open from 4 to 9 p.m. You can enter the code NANDOS2026 when you're ordering at a table, if you're going to sit down in person at the restaurant, at the cashier, or if you're ordering online and you want to, have a takeout option, you can use that code, again, NANDOS2026 as well. That is available on Monday, June 29th. So a week from this Monday.
Back in, bottom of the 3rd action between the Thunderbolts and the Aces. And first pitch to Jackson Scrow is shot like a cannon to shortstop. not able to make the play, as that was tough for anyone to make, but
Yep.
Colin Gibbs got a glove on it. It skips out to left field. But that's a single for Jackson Scrow. He's now 1 for 2.
Colin Gibbs is just getting all the looks at shortstop. He's got to go to his left, his right, every which way. And he made a diving attempt at that baseball. Didn't come up with it. And it did ultimately ricochet the other way where Jonah Acosta was tracking. So he had to pivot and get it in quickly.
Bounce back at bat now for E.J. Youngling after giving up his first base runner of the inning is Hunter White. Hunter White, the lefty. He's got a favorable lefty to righty matchup. He's 0 for 1 on the young ball game. He's going to hack at this one, and it's going to drop into center field. Staying at second is Scrow, but first and second for the Aces with back-to-back singles for Jackson Scrow and Hunter White.
Excellent, cutoff there by Gabe Pegues out in center. That one might have been ticketed for the gaps in left center, and Pegues said not so fast. He went over to that baseball, picked it up immediately on 1 or 2 bounces, and fired it in, which holds these runners from getting an extra 90.
And that may be huge, as still 0 outs in this ball game. Got to find a way to deal with some movement on the base paths. Youngling with a confident strike 1. He's now dealing against Matthew Pazik.
I have to ask, Brian, how close is E.J. Youngling to the, E.J. Youngling appearance Padawan joke?
Patrick, if you keep asking, it won't come.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you.
We got to be patient. And here's a deep fly ball, more shallow actually, to left field. Caught. No tag up because of how shallow that was. And that'll be out number 1 for E.J. Youngling.
Well, Jonah Acosta is able to make plays at any position. We've seen him in left, right, and all 3 of the infield spots, third, short, and second this summer. So he's going to go back to the University of North Florida with plenty of versatility that he can bring to his team.
Absolutely. He really does everything for the team. Jack Warner up. He's 0 for 1 on the game. He's got an opportunity for an RBI with a single here, most likely, unless it's very shallow. And Youngling over 40 pitches now, hoping to keep this inning scoreless. This one popped way up into the sky.
Not deep enough.
Way up into the sky, shallow. To second is Cutney with the out. And Warner, be warned, because the Youngling has just become a Padawan.
Ooh, there you go. And that was actually not Nolan Cutney at second. That was Matthew Kim. So,
excuse me.
He went from designated runner for this game to being on the dirt once again at his natural position.
Must have been a substitution that we weren't aware of.
So now the T-Bolts don't have that designated runner. Kai Schmelzer is going to have to, trot around the bases himself.
Next up after Warner is Liam Irving. Irving is 0 for 1. And with 2 outs, E.J. Youngling looking to get out of this one. Youngling dealing with a lot of back and forth at second base. High pitch to Irving, almost got him again. He almost got him the previous at-bat. But, almost got him does not mean that he got him.
That's right.
That's the important part. Lots of hit-by pitches in this league all across the board, and being able to try to control that is a huge must. 1-0 the count. Youngling going to look back and throw it over to the second, as Jackson Scrow is looking to go.
You and Sam just love the good puns.
If it works, it works. If it doesn't, you look like an idiot.
That's right. That's a great way to put it.
There's a floater for strike 1. E.J. Youngling. He's now at 45 pitches, 2 strikeouts. He's given up a walk, but 1 more out away from completing 3 innings with no earned runs, just 1 run by.
I'm sure he'd love to get out of the jam as well.
There's strike 2. Perfectly placed pitch. He's 1 more strike away. Liam Irving will have to be competitive here. Youngling looks down second, throws, runner goes, and he'll get there without a throw. That's Jackson Scrow. He had a lot of way to go.
Schmelzer, pardon me, just so much polish on the plate. You can't really tell he's a freshman going to Gulf Coast State College this fall. Him and Mason Keller are a great tandem, and obviously you don't want to have a catcher catch 2 full games, so each are going to get 1 opportunity behind the plate.
And wow, they're going to call a pitch time violation.
Wow.
And that's going to walk the batter on a full count. So pretty harsh to call that one there. Brock Hunter is going to come out. And they're going to send him back.
I don't even know. I mean, I did find out recently, Brian, that there is a pitch timer in this league. I already knew that. Let's just get that out of the way. But our social media guy, Nick, said that there is no, like, physical clock tracking that stuff.
It's all vibes.
It is the umpire, counting in his head, having a feel for the moment.
And I just think that's extremely harsh right
counting internally. So I don't want to be harsh, but that system seems to be flawed.
I mean, E.J. Youngling was about ready to pitch. That was a 3-2 with a man on third and a man on first. Now the bases are loaded. So E.J. Youngling doesn't get a chance to get the payoff pitch there, Patrick.
Yeah, and if the Aces do get runs across with 2 outs, I think the T-Bolts have every right to be frustrated. Not that you were going to know what was going to happen on that pitch, but you wanted to at least find out.
After that walk from the pitch count violation, Cooper Scott back up to bat, and that was Liam Irving with the walk. Scott DHing for the Aces, and he struck out in his first at-bat. Second pitch is low, ball 2 already. Youngling now pinched in with a tough, difficult situation.
Extremely. Bases loaded, 2 outs. So there's a lot riding on this at-bat.
Youngling gets a foul off behind. With how high that backdrop is, it didn't clear it even though it got up there. 2-1 the count now. Youngling looking to battle back here. A walk or a hit gives up a run. Youngling gets that strike 2, paints that left corner. And we got deuces across the board, as my colleague Patrick would say.
Deuces. Deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Huge pitch on its way.
32 deals high, and there is run.
Oh.
Excuse me, that was 2-2.
There's
ball number 3.
We said deuce is wild, Brian. Come on.
We did, and Brian's head gone wild.
Yeah.
3-2, 2 outs for 3-2. Youngling deals. Swing foul, we'll do it again.
Cooper Scott fighting. Blake Rising Jr. at Dallas College Mount View from Austin, Texas. They say that everything's bigger in Texas.
This is a big situation, Patrick.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't even realize that when I said it.
3-2, we'll do it again. Another foul ball, and we'll do it a third time. That one almost hit the light.
The fight is on for E.J. Youngling. This would be huge for him to get out of this situation. I know that it's only the bottom of the third, but everything is kind of, hyped up when it's, a 7-inning game.
Popped into the deep night sky and
Yes.
caught for out number 3. The Thunderbolts get out of the situation unscathed. Colin Gibbs makes the play at short. The ball game remains 1-1 as we're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. Thunderbolts with a chance to take the lead in just a second.
United Therapeutics in Silver Spring develops pharmaceuticals and technologies that help patients in need of organ transplantation. United Therapeutics is guided by the principles of always striving to do the right thing and relentlessly pushing to always do better. As a result, the company was included among America's best companies by Forbes magazine. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grubb Road in Silver Spring has been dishing up deli classics since 1963. The Parkway Deli is a family business, and their family loves to bring great food and service to yours. The Parkway Deli is open 7 days a week, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grubb Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
And looks like, according to our social media guy who's got the inside scoop, E.J. Youngling's night is done. And we'll close the book on his performance. So E.J. Youngling through three innings ends his night. E.J. Youngling, no strikeouts. Excuse me, looking at the wrong column. 2 strikeouts on the night. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run, but no earned runs. Did walk 2 batters, so very good outing from E.J. If it weren't from that error to first base in the first inning, he would have had a scoreless 3 innings, Patrick.
And technically he does on paper. So,
he does.
I mean, I think it was a really good outing from E.J. Youngling, just him being able to go 3 innings. He's not a guy that can go like 4 or 5, which a typical starter would for the T-Bolts. But, again, it's just that value of going multi-inning, running through the lineup once. Brock Hunter seems to really value that out of Youngling, and, he's showing it by putting him in this, one-inning pockets and, opener type of roles.
Gabriel Pagase, who's 0 for 1 on the night so far, is up for the second time. He swings through strike 1. If we want to talk about good pitching, Jack Fury, 5 punch-outs so far.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still going for his 4th straight inning.
He's got his own cheering section as well. He's got some guys here out to support.
Gabe Pagese, who's really come alive recently for the Thunderbolts, is looking for his first hit of this brand new ball game in the doubleheader.
Oof.
And there's an opportunity for it, but it gets straight to the second baseman, Grant. Pagese really picked up speed at the end, but wasn't able to get there on time. Out number 1 from Grant.
I think there's so much to be said, Brian, about a guy running through the tape at first base on a simple grounder like that. And in a league where maybe you're trying to get on some radars, move up a collegiate level from like D3 to 2 or whatever jump you're making, coaches are going to look at that. They're going to see how much dedication you have. And Pagese clearly has it when he, whenever he goes to first base.
Colin Gibbs now up. He walked in his first at bat, and he sees ball number 1. Theory now 3 1/3 in. His second pitch in there for strike 1. Looking at Jack Fury, he's given up 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, but 5 strikeouts. Insane stuff from Fury, and he's going to get another strike here off of a foul to the dugout.
Colin Gibbs did get here a little bit late to the T-Bolts, but in 6 games played, he's got a .409 average, 4 driven in, 8 runs scored. I'm sure these Thunderbolts coaches love when guys can just come in and make an immediate impact. Colin Gibbs certainly doing that right now.
And he's going to strike out looking. He can't believe it. But Jack Fury can. That's the 6th punch out of the game.
Jack Fury is on a heater.
Jack
Quite
Fury.
literally. Bringing the heat.
Jack Fury certainly putting some fear into his batters right now. Kai Schmelzer are going to try to face his fears. as he goes up against Jack Fury for round number 2. Round number 1, he was 0 for 1. Schmelzer, the catcher, sees ball 1 nicely caught by the Aces catcher, Matthew Pazik.
Well, Schmelzer did not. Schmelzer still reached base. He just got out on the field, or produced an out on a fielder's choice.
Right.
He takes strike 2.
Schmelzer doing his best at this catcher spot. Sees ball number 2 go by him. And Kai trying to be that guy for the Thunderbolts. They're trying to get in front just as early as they did in the first game, but they're going to have to be a little bit later as the Thunderbolts were able to get up 4-1 at this point. Of course, the Aces bounced back, made it an 8-5 ball game before the Thunderbolts scored 14 straight to win it 19-8. But this is a new ball game, and Schmelzer now in a 3-1 count.
Now that I look at this, Brian, Kai Schmelzer was born 6 days after me, February 20th, 2008.
And there's a walk for Kai. And the young lad gets the first base. I mean, you're a young guy, Patrick. You just turned 18 not too long ago.
Not too long ago. Looking at Kai Schmelzer's birthday, that he was born 6 days after me, and puts a lot of things into perspective, Brian. I don't know about you.
Yeah. I mean, he's 3 years younger than me if you really think about it.
Yeah.
I feel old.
I mean, he's out here competing in a wooden bat league, fresh out of high school, and he's doing well, in my opinion, and I'm just sitting here on my butt talking about it. It's humbling.
Well, you know what they say, Patrick, comparison is the thief of joy. You're doing a great job.
Yeah. But testament to him. I love how he's looked for his age.
And Acosta now back up for the 3rd time to top the order, and he swung hard for strike number 1 down low. Acosta's 1 for 2. He's the only lefty in this lineup tonight. And there's strike 2.
He seems to have just earned his stripes at the plate. He's hitting so well, you can't take the bat out of the lineup. Doing so many different things in this lineup. And even though Kai Schmelzer on first base is going to a Florida school, Gulf Coast State University, and I know I've said college, he's from Potomac, Maryland.
There's strike 3 from Acosta. Fury once again with another punch out. And we're seeing a masterclass of a performance at the mound. So E.J. Youngling's night's done. We'll get a new pitcher for the Thunderbolts coming up in just a second. But Fury gone 4 innings, 7 strikeouts. 1-1 ball game. We'll be back in just a second.
Silver Spring Jewelry is the Washington area's only complete jewelry store, with a staff of 13 jewelry associates and 8 goldsmiths. Now in 3 locations in Takoma Park, White Oak, and Silver Spring. Family owned and operated since 1971, specializing in diamonds, custom engagement rings, repairs, engravings, and cash for gold. Go to silverspringjewelers.com for more information. Silver Spring Jewelry, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Takoma Thunderbolts. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. SkyPoint believes banking should be easy to understand, personalized, and focused on making the community a better place. Whether opening your first account or planning for your future, SkyPoint has the financial tools to help you hit it out of the park. SkyPoint Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Visit SkyPoint's branch in Silver Spring. More at skypointfcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender. Well, Brian, we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th. I believe we're going to hear actually from Sam Bergstrom. E.J. Youngling's day is done after 3 strong innings to start off this game. And it'll be the new man on the street, Jabril Scott, the sophomore headed to Benedict University. He's from Washington, D.C., 6'3", 210 from the left side. This is going to be a bit of a different look. I mean, different handedness, but him and Youngling are on the bigger side for pitchers. Not bigger as in bigger in body mass, but just bigger frames.
Yep, Scott attending Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. They have him listed at Prince George's Community College as an outfielder and pitcher, so perhaps we have a
very intriguing.
Perhaps we have another two-way player coming to this T-Bolts team.
Well, no matter what, this is going to be his pitching debut, and just his debut flat out. I mean, he has not appeared for the T-Bolts so far this season, but Brock Hunter's going to give him a shot in a 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, it's just like it seems like this team is multiplying each day.
Yeah. First pitch in the left-on-left matchup to Brad Larson, who had a single his first time up, will go for ball one. Picks up the leg and fires. That one is just upstairs for ball two. The 2-0 on its way. In there for strike one, his first strike of the summer.
Really nice looking breaking ball there from Scott. That one perhaps looked like a slider. Hard to tell from our viewpoint on the first base line, but.
Oh, he's going to hit him.
Yeah, that one got Larson on the wrist there. You could hear that one.
Yep. I thought I got him on the elbow guard, actually. That's where I think the thud came from. And, hey, that's why you wear a elbow guard.
Yeah, we saw Joey King get hit in the helmet in game one. You don't see the protective gear get hit that much, but when it does, it really is quite literally a lifesaver.
Yeah. And you're right, Sam. At PGCC with the Owls. And they will. He's going to get second.
Oh, wow.
Not sure what's going on here.
Are they calling a balk on Scott?
They might be. And Brock Hunter is going to come out for an explanation. Seems to have gotten it pretty easily from the umpires on the infield. You know, Brock Hunter's never going to go away without, the situation fully being clarified. Number 9 hitter Noah Harvey now will stand in.
Punctuality is precious.
Indeed. There's some punctuality from Scott on the mound for strike one. And just looking at the numbers as I pull up his college profile, he played in 42 games as a hitter. Hit .287 for the Owls. 22 runs driven in, even at a home run, which just by running the eye test on him, he is certainly a guy that has that type of strength. This is the count, runs 1-1. He even stole 3 bases, 28 runs scored. This dude's an all-around athlete. That is a beautiful breaking ball for strike two.
Yeah, well, that ball looked like it was moving in slow motion. I mean, just walking the tightrope there.
I think it's also interesting to have a lefty on the staff. They're going to appeal down. He did not go.
That's a great point, Patrick. Off the top of my head, I can't think of another lefty besides Zach Bortner, who made the start yesterday against Olney.
There's so many righties, and maybe, the lefties on this staff can, feed off of it. Smelser throws down to third. It was a great jump from Brad Larson. So he slides in safely.
Oh, I can't forget Jacob Seek as well.
Jacob Seek, who's been excellent in the starting rotation for the Bolts.
No doubt about it.
The full count on its way. That will be lined right past the shortstop, Colin Gibbs, for the second run of the day for the Alexandria Aces. Or I shouldn't say the day. considering that 2 games have been played, but the second run in this game nonetheless.
Second run of this junction.
Junctions, function, doubleheader or game, whatever you want to call it. We've been here for a long time.
We'll call it a fiesta. Baseball it's a celebration.
Well, the T-Bolts were having a fiesta last game, scoring 19 runs. Jabril Scott's first pitch is in the dirt to Elijah Grant. He's going to have the advantage in a couple of these at-bats going left on left. Grant being one of them, who we saw on the mound in this game, or today. Jeez, I'm on fire. Next pitch is outside from Scott for ball 2. Runner on first. It is now a 2-1 ball game. Alexandria Aces as the T-Bolts try and sweep the doubleheader. That one will be outside 3-0. Even though even though Jabril Scott just got here and he's making his debut, Brock Hunter just wants to give all his arms an equal opportunity, and I can respect that. The 3-0. Grant was taken all the way. He was ready to toss the bat. Instead, he's going to have to hang in the box for at least one more pitch.
Yeah, of course, Braden Featheroff and Brandon Brown dealing with some lingering injuries, so.
That one is smashed foul.
So I guess head coach Brock Hunter is looking to perhaps extend this pitching staff just a bit.
Mm-hmm. Especially when pitchers typically, I know we saw it the other day against the DC Grays, Chris Fortunato threw 7 innings. You don't typically see that. Guys are normally going to 4 on an average. Elijah Grant does hit it over to the first base side. Connor Fricky not able to pick it up on the back end, but instead Matthew Kim cuts it off on backup duty. But of course the speed of Elijah Grant will garner no out on that play.
I think that's a smart decision from Kim there to eat it up and not risk another error like the Thunderbolts committed earlier in this game, which I believe was committed by Nolan Kutney over in the infield. Perhaps I have that name wrong, but it's much better to accept the fact that the runners are going to make it rather than try to be the hero and make a miraculous play sometimes. And Kim's got that great IQ to keep things at ease here for this Thunderbolts team.
Sometimes the best play is no play at all.
Amen.
There will be times when, moments go without notice. But if you think back to the game or anything that happened within the game, those are the moments you think of when, your team may have been able to pick up momentum late and your defender just made a run-scoring play, and it doesn't have to be glamorous. You just got to be productive whatever way you can. And Kai Schmelzer is going to be talking to his left-hander. Seems like the whole infield came in for that. Matthew Kim and Sam Camacho were kind of jogging back to their positions. Maybe trying to settle down Scott a little bit. First appearance jitters, potentially. And now it'll be Jackson Scrow, who has started both games at shortstop out of Haverford College.
Boy, what a speed threat this guy is. I mean, once he connects with the bat, he's off to the races.
He's that type of player where a bit smaller, but and the runner goes nowhere to be found is an out. Connor Fricky was ready for a bunt to be laid down However, Scro did not get the barrel on the baseball. And instead, the runners kind of just do what he was going to and move up to second and third, both of whom are in scoring position.
Talk about off to the races.
There's a ball for a 2-0 count. So now Elijah Grant is at second. That'll be a strike. Good pitch from the left side for strike one.
Yeah, Scott able to scold a heater in there for Scro. That appeared to get the upper part of the zone.
The 2-1 with nobody out. Swung on and missed. Excellent off-speed work from Jabril Scott. Just had him geared up for some higher-end velo, and instead had him fooled on what looked to be a curveball. The 2-2. That is just tapped foul. Kind of chased it. I think that would have been out of the zone, but Scro wanted to fight his own battle.
Yeah, Scro got that one off the end of the bat, bounced right onto home plate and back up to his belly. So he literally ate the ball up there.
2-2 again. Outside 4-3. The Aces, after leading game one 8-5, going in to the bottom, or not bottom of the seventh, but top of the seventh rather, ended up giving up 9 runs for a 19-8 loss. As that is sky high, Colin Gibbs is camped. He makes the catch. Runner at third, Noah Harvey, nowhere to go. And that'll be a huge out number one on the mound for Jabril Scott.
And this game, it almost feels like both of these teams just kind of woke up from a dream, you know. Of course, for the Thunderbolts, it was quite a nice slumber, but for the Aces, it was just a nightmare.
Nightmare scenario, yeah. First pitch to Hunter White. It's cut on and missed strike one. Now I'm starting to get a sense that Jabril Scott's got that curveball working. The off-speed hitters are swinging right over it. The 0-1. Fouled off for strike two. And then he can go off of the curveball, get the heater in there, and it just completely messes with the hitter's timing. If you're trying to have any sense of rhythm against Scott, and he needs to collect a couple of that without any runners moving. And he's going to freeze Hunter White on the outer part of the plate for strike three. So a huge 2 outs here in this inning for Jabril Scott. He got the pop-up from Jackson Scro to Colin Gibbs. It was too shallow for anybody to move, and then gets a backwards K in the books. And just like that, he's on the doorstep of escaping some traffic. First pitch to Matthew Pazak, who's doing the catching today in game two.
Yeah, White took a healthy hack at his second to last pitch. And then I suppose Scott was playing some mind games, just White laid off.
The 1-0 is downstairs, ball two. Schmelzer, again, just so much polish behind the plate, playing heads-up baseball. He threw down to third, thinking that he could catch Noah Harvey sleeping. Camacho was ready for a throw, so luckily it wasn't thrown away. The 2-0 hit foul. Took a couple of bounces before going right over the Aces dugout.
Schmelzer is just so savvy behind the plate. I mean, this is a guy who has decided to make the jump to JUCO, and you can just tell the high IQ he's got.
Scott behind the glove for 2-1. We'll throw it in the dirt, ball three. And I was saying this with Brian, he's a rising freshman. He has not even seen college competition yet, and he's already, doing the little things right. made me feel old. He's six days younger than me, February 20th, 2008 birthday. And that is, once again, a great curveball from Scott for strike 2 to load up the count. I'm sure the pitching coaches, Dean Wandell and Ryan Mariani, are taking notes on how they can, maximize this arsenal. As that is tapped right to the pitcher, Scott just follows through on a play, tosses an underhand throw to Connor Fricky, and the guys are hyped for him. He did give up 1 run, but he also avoided a more major damage type of situation. And I think all in all, it was a good debut after he wasn't and throwing a ton of strikes to open it up. We'll go to the top of the 5th here in Alexandria with the Thunderbolts trailing 2-1.
Ben Norkin Architecture. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Tacoma Park, Maryland helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Ave in Tacoma Park, Maryland, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. AFI Silver Theater. The AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center in downtown Silver Spring presents the best in American and world cinema. They show classic American mysteries from black and white era, as well as the most modern digital content from around the world. The AFI Silver Theater also features filmmaker interviews, panel discussions, musical performances, and more. The AFI Silver Theater at 8633 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. You can switch back if you want.
Well, due up in this inning is going to be 2, 3, and 4. Connor Fricky, Nolan Kutney, and Griffin Poovel in this inning. Or pardon, Matthew Kim. Still got to correct that in my scorebook. Once again, a reminder with Matthew Kim, he was slated as the designated runner in this game. But now that he's in the field, instead of running for the catcher, T-Bolts lose that privilege. But they do get Matthew Kim's abilities in the lineup, which is good. One of the best guys we know on this team, just as a human being. And the first pitch to Connor Fricky is fouled away.
Connor Fricky is part of that first run that the Thunderbolts got across.
He was.
He stays hot against the Aces.
He was the first run. Next pitch goes to the backstop. Hits off the glove of Matthew Pazak for ball 1. Fricky coming out of D3 Babson College up in Massachusetts, but he's from Colorado, so a very interesting, just travel experiences for him as he takes strike 2.
Show us up, bro.
He waits on the 1-2 in his crouch. That is going to miss for ball 2. A lot of close pitches in this game that have not quite been called.
Fury is just 1 pitch away from his 8th strikeout. Unbelievable to say.
Yep.
Still only pitched 4 innings.
The fact that he's even out here for his 5th inning of work, as he yanks it to his arm side, 3-2.
They're going to need as many innings they can get out of him, especially in a doubleheader. You don't know how many guys are fresh and whether guys are going to have to pitch for tomorrow.
Fricky hit .288 at Babson College this past season, and he'll take ball 4. Nice at bat from Connor Fricky after starting 16 games with Babson, so he's going to take a free pass to kick off the top of the 5th.
The Thunderbolts down 1 again Need that tying run across.
Matthew Kim's turn. He fouls that one away. Gave the people sitting behind home plate a scare. What is it?
Yeah, that came with some velocity.
It appeared to be ticketed to go over the backstop, but it hit the kind of fencing that is angled down, which that's its purpose. So the fencing did its job. That pitch is going to be inside for ball 1 to Matthew Kim. He's bounced around a couple of schools, in case you haven't heard us say this. He started out as a Gettysburg Bullet in the Centennial Conference and then hit the JUCO ranks with the Frederick Community College Cougars, and now he is at Hampton Sydney. As he takes ball 2. This is his last season to be able to play on the summer circuit as a rising senior in college, just like you, Brian.
Yeah.
So here's someone that's the same age as you.
There
How
we
does
go.
that feel?
There we go.
Yeah. Matthew Kim gets a nice piece of one and deposits it into right field. He will drive the runner station to station in Connor Fricke. And now the T-Bolts have runners on first and second with nobody out, looking to get back into this ball game.
Well, Matthew Kim showing what us old guys can do, Patrick. Us rising seniors, we still got it. You know, the duality of the team, you get some really young guys and you get some older experienced guys, and you need both of them in both ways.
That's just what creates the balance, and so many different types of baseball players coming in you can learn from, which is really cool in this league. And Brock Hunter is going to call a quick meeting to go over a game plan.
Interesting.
I mean, Brian, to build off what you were saying, I think Matthew Kim has still got it if he's been competing on the summer circuit for 2.5 seasons.
Yeah.
You maybe not as much if you're just calling the game.
Hey, man, you haven't seen the way I move around on the pickleball court.
Oh, okay. I love pickleball, so I'd love to play at some point. I haven't played in a summer or two,
We
but
can get a Thunderbolts pickleball game going.
oh yeah. And end of the year T-Bolts like pickleball like tournament.
Let's do it.
That's sick. I
Make
love
it
that
happen.
idea. I'm breaking out the paddle for that. Anyway, back to the action. Griffin Pouvel now with runners on first and second will take a ball upstairs as the T-Bolts are down 2-1, but they are starting to get into a good spot in order to tie up this ball game. The Aces have gotten 2 runs on 6 hits, so Jabril Scott and E.J. Youngling scattering base runners, but the T-Bolts have 1 run on 4 hits. So they have some more work to do. Griffin Pouvel will take strike 1. Jack Fury. Once again, he's got his own support section. Shout out those guys coming out.
They might be helping the Thunderbolts. They're heckling their own friend. It's great.
Well, it's got to be their buddy out there. Only would best buddies do that, as
Absolutely.
Pouvel takes strike 2. They're just having a good time. You got to love it.
You got to love it.
Yeah,
That's baseball right there.
that is. Pouvel waits on the 1-2. The T-Bolts down 2-1 as that is ripped back up the middle for a single. Max Eckert will send Fricke to the plate. He is safe, and so is Matthew Kim. And the T-Bolts have tied this ball game. Griffin Pouvel with an RBI single, giving the T-Bolts their second run of the night.
There we go. Tie baseball game. Aces put up 1. T-Bolts match it. Aces put up another. T-Bolts match it. Good little duel between these two teams. Top of the 5th inning. This is where things are going to get tricky.
Yep.
We don't have a lot of baseball left, Patrick.
Not
Believe
a lot
it or not.
left.
Believe it or not, 7
Hey,
innings.
That's equivalent, Brian, in a regular game to a 7th inning RBI single. So
Right.
those moments are amplified.
Absolutely, and that's just legendary stuff from Griffin Pouvel. You need to come in and make a play, and that's exactly what he did.
And Jack Lee with a great outing here on the day. The book is not closed on him, but boy did he look good. And I'm sure the Duke Blue Devils love to see him getting that work in.
8 strikeouts, Patrick.
8
Ridiculous.
Ks. Yep. Excellent stuff.
Good stuff.
But the Aces are going to make a call to the bullpen after Jack Veery is done after 4. Should say 4+ because he did go out there for the 5th and face 3 hitters. But now coming in for the Alexandria Aces will be number 43, Brody Sean out of High Point. So he now replaces the left-hander as a right-hander. So the Aces go from left to right, and the T-Bolts go from right to left.
Yeah, and Brody Sean, another Alexandria, Virginia native on this Aces team. And he, again, played at West Potomac High School. So lots of guys that played around my area. I grew up about 15 minutes from West Potomac, and seeing some of these homegrown guys for me is pretty cool. But Brody Sean, as you mentioned, played at High Point and just transferred to Wake Forest. So he's actually going to play in the ACC as well. So we got 2 back-to-back ACC pitchers.
I think you got it reversed. He
Oh,
was at
reversed.
Wake Forest.
Okay, there we go.
Now he's
yeah.
at High Point.
It was listed separately in the website I had, but still very cool. Imagine having 2 guys that had played ACC baseball coming back-to-back. That's impressive stuff in the Cal Ripken League.
Regardless, you know that he has the Wake Forest pedigree, which
Absolutely
says volumes. They are the new pitching factory in college baseball. You think about recent names like Chase Burns, who is having a fantastic season with the Cincinnati Reds, and Rhett Lauder, who was a first-round pick. Nicholas Kurtz went to Wake Forest. Seaver King was the top 10 pick for the Nationals. That school is pumping out talent these past few seasons, and Brody Sean can say he went to that school, even though now he's at High Point.
High Point not too far away from Wake Forest, both in that North Carolina area, both D1.
So now Cam Baker's going to get the chance. With runners at the corners, nobody out. He's had himself a solid day in the corner outfield spots. Starting today in right. Starting game 2 in right. And got the start in left in game 1. Quickly jumps ahead in the count 2-0 against Brody Sean. That is popped up. You can just tell the hop on that fastball.
These foul balls have been everywhere today.
They're dangerous.
And a lot of kids are getting free concessions because they're tracking those down and bringing them over.
Well, we praised Connor Fricke for his ability to get on base in every plate appearance in a game against the Aces. Fricke did the same thing. So that is high and upstairs, ball 3 to Fricke. Looking at his previous game, which was game 1 of this doubleheader, Griffin Pouvel did take second. No throw down. The catchers have not really been risking it for the biscuit on runners stealing, but yeah, Cam Baker. Or no, I was still looking at Connor Fricke's numbers as Cam Baker strikes out on a swing and a miss. Connor Fricke was actually the one who got on base all 5 times in the previous game against the Aces. Cam Baker had a 3-hit day, though, so not too bad on his end. Really good day.
Just a casual 3 hits.
Casual 3-hit day.
You didn't go perfect on the day, but,
Right.
Casual 3 hits.
I think everybody was getting in on the action against, Alexandria in game 1.
Sam Camacho Jr. trying to get in on this action. He's 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout, but looking for that RBI. He's got a man on third and second. This is the opportunity for the Thunderbolts if they want to win this game.
Well, after Sam finished his interview with Camacho and Acosta post game 1, they shouted out the 305. So if anyone is checking in on our broadcast supporting those guys, they send that message back home. And Brock Hunter comes out for a 3rd time, waiting on an explanation.
while we look at that, let's just go and check some of the stats around the league. It's been a really pleasant doubleheader day so far for the Ripken League.
Yep.
I already went through some of them before, but we'll just go back over quickly for the second games. In the second game, the Grays once again beat the Giants, so they swept the Giants today. Big 2 wins for the Grays. And then the Bethesda Big Train also sweep the Braves. And then the Senators and Cropdusters split both games. So the last game of the night comes here. And the Thunderbolts looking to sweep
A doubleheader.
if they can.
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult, though.
I feel like whenever doubleheaders take place, it is, a split on the average outcome. But the T-Bolts are in a spot to potentially take command of this game, which could lead to that sweep that we are all hoping for in T-Bolts Nation as Camacho kind of makes a half swing. That fastball is just sizzling coming out of the hand of Brody Shawn.
No doubt. And this is a huge win if the Thunderbolts can get it, as they're trying to make their way back into these standings.
That pitch is low, ball 1.
The Thunderbolts, obviously, now any team qualifies for the playoffs, but you want to be as high up as possible to avoid playing more games.
As Brody Shawn is someone who's pitching the A10, is he someone you would have seen this past spring? Because that's fouled away by Camacho.
High Point not. Oh, I guess they are part of the A10 in baseball. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I think they used to be in the A10. I don't think they're in the A10 in baseball.
Oh, maybe they're in they might be in the Big South.
Yeah, I think they're in the Big South and used to
Okay.
play in the A10.
Gotcha. We're learning on the fly here.
Yeah. No, they definitely were an A10 team at one point.
I think they still are, maybe just not in baseball. So that is tipped into the mitt for strike 3.
For my sport of expertise, I can say that they definitely aren't in the A10 in basketball.
Gotcha.
But they have a great basketball team. They also made it to the second round of March Madness.
That is your expertise, your forte. As a big basketball guy, you said you did a lot of great coverage with the VCU Rams.
Shout out.
This, I don't want to say spring, but winter,
Yeah,
past
I'd say
February, March?
I'd say winter and spring, yeah.
Okay, all right.
We finished off mid-March.
That's cool. I know the VCU Rams won in the first round, as that is drilled by Gabe Pegues. But it is caught on a back pedal by right fielder Jack Warner. So Brody Shawn is able to get out of the inning for the Alexandria Aces, and this game is tied 2-2. We're going to see Jabril Scott pitch further into this ball game, and we'll take a quick break. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Koa. Koa Sports in Gaithersburg, Maryland is committed to shaping kids' lives through sports. Koa Sports aims to develop each child to their full potential as an athlete and as a person. They also help your student athlete in the classroom, on the playing field, and anywhere in between. Learn more about Koa Sports at koasports.org. Koa Sports is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Parkview Capital. Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than numbers. It should reflect you. As a trusted investment advisory firm, Parkview Capital partners with individuals and families to build and protect wealth. Parkview Capital personalizes strategies rooted in your values and long-term goals. Whether you're growing your portfolio or preserving a legacy, Parkview Capital crafts a clear, customized path to your financial future, one that evolves with you. Parkview Capital, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
Well, we'll go to the bottom of the 5th as the music is pumping. Not as many fans here in Game 2 as there were Game 1, but the fans that are here are very excited.
Yeah, we've had a really nice day in Alexandria, my hometown.
Yeah, that's been a good day.
We've had 2 really good games. The first one was a thriller and eventually turned into something else. But this one, 2-2, bottom of the 5th.
I think I would actually call this one the thriller. Game 1 was...
It was a thriller for most of the game.
It kind of was, but I would call that one more of a comeback win in incredible fashion, just stockpiling runs like nobody's business, as Scott seems to be finding his groove. Fires in a strike on Jack Warner, who just made the play in right field to end the top half of this inning. Next pitch is going to break outside of the zone for ball one.
And Scott, also from Washington, D.C., so another local guy. He's been all around the DMV.
Centrally located, I would say.
Yeah. Local as in the DMV.
Yeah.
He's definitely probably been all over Maryland and all over Virginia.
Most likely. He went to PGCC, which we talked about earlier with Sam Bergstrom on the call as he fires in ball three. It is a tie ball game 2-2, but a combined 11 hits on the game, but only 4 runs. That'll be ball 4. Jack Warner has no problem taking his base on that pitch. Coming up right behind him are the two guys that did not make an appearance in game 1 of this doubleheader. Liam Irving, the first to go to the plate. It was such a peaceful night out here in Alexandria. First pitch, just outside for a ball. Schmelzer trying to settle the left-hander down.
He did a good job of holding these pitches, but I'm not fooled.
Catchers are doing their best. It is an art, maybe a lost art, unfortunately, but that'll go to the backstop.
Yeah, another bunt that kind of just finds its way behind the plate. This one not nearly as high as the one that shot over the backstop.
Oh. Not the Giants. The Aces are doing their best to manufacture some runs. Once again, a square to bunt. Will not go, and it is a 2-1 count. Two one on its way. Once again, a square to bunt for ball 3.
Come on, let's go, Jabril.
Liam Irving not committing to the full swing on his bunt attempts. The 3-1. Hit right to the third baseman, Camacho. He fires on the second. They're going to give a double play a chance. They will get the lead runner. An excellent play by Camacho to get a glove on what was a hard ground ball. And he turned his body, fired over to second. Matthew Kim was there to cover. And I didn't think they were going to get the double play, but it was great that Matthew Kim gave it a chance.
Yeah, and Camacho got the important one, which was the out at second base. And now, double play still an option to get out of the inning. Great pitch.
Nice pitch by Scott.
Just a rainbow right in there.
You weren't here when he came in last inning, Brian, but he was working that curveball so well. The 0-1. That one is drilled. That might be out of here. It does go to the wall. Cam Baker will get it in as soon as possible. They're going to send the runner. The throw is, he's out. An excellent relay by the T-Bolts.
Wow.
Cameron Baker from right field guns it into Matthew Kim, and Kim completes it on the back end. Throws the relay throw to Kai Schmelzer, and they collect a huge second out on an electric play.
And that's the type of out that saves a ball game, Patrick.
Yes.
That was the game-leading run if he scores it. What a gun down, and what a play by Schmelzer to dive in there and get the play.
That's what you got to do when you're a catcher. You got to do the dirty work. And boy, did he do it there. A monstrous effort by the T-Bolts. And a perfectly executed relay. That one's going to be up the middle. This might score the run either way. They are going to send him. He will score. And the ball gets thrown away back at first. And the Aces get their get back after the T-Bolts played some lockdown defense. The DH Cooper Scott was able to come around and score on the second attempt. Brad Larson coming in clutch with the single and an error, I would assume.
Well, although that was just given up, just imagine if they weren't able to make the play at the plate. We have a one-out ball game, and it's 4-2. Instead, it's 3-2. Still huge in this ball game. Got to dial it back up and get this out. Wow.
First pitch from Scott to Noah Harvey is in for a strike.
I know I didn't see it last inning, but that curveball is just unbelievable.
Really is. Next pitch is taken for ball one. That curveball bends down out of the zone, ball two.
That just has so much movement on it. I mean, I was looking and I was waiting for him to swing, but that one was really low. But that just goes to show how much curve it has on it.
Forgot to mention this when we came back from the break. As Schmelzer throws down, they are not going to have him picked off. Perfectly executed by Brad Larson.
Yeah, that was really sneaky.
Yeah.
You force and pretend like you're about to go back to second and then take off for third when they throw it to second. Good, smart decision not to try to get him out at third. That could have been an error.
Deuce is wild on the board. Scott with a big pitch. He freezes him. Jabril Scott's curveball might be the new pitch of the summer. He's going to get out of the inning. Only one run allowed. Could have been more. It could be a two-run lead right now. But instead, the T-Bolts once again are going to have to respond to a one-run deficit. We'll go to the top of the sixth. Last two innings of regulation here in Alexandria in this doubleheader.
Finn Family Group. Dan Metcalf has long been a supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Now he's at a new location. The Finn Family Group of Perennial Real Estate. If you want to find that perfect home in the perfect community, the Finn Family Group is for you. The Finn Family Group believes in community, and they bring that sense of community when working with clients to find homes in the Silver Spring-Takoma Park area. Call them today at 301-450-6999. The Finn Family Group, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Athletic House. Athletic House on 18952 Bonanza Way in Gaithersburg is a promotional product distributor making mugs, pens, and t-shirts for advertisers. The Athletic House can supply your company with every possible promotional product from 3,000 suppliers. With so many added specialties available, Athletic House can help leave a lasting impression with your customers, and they will create long-lasting relationships with your clients. Athletic House, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
Forgot to mention it at the top of the bottom of the fifth when we came back from the commercial break, but warnings have been issued to both teams due to the amount of chit-chatter that's been going on here in this one. Our social media guy, Nick Ronholm, on that.
And it's
we
really
appreciate his input.
It's really been building up since the first game as well.
Yeah.
Both guys just trying to show who's boss.
That's right.
Letting them know, hey, we're going to bring our stuff. You better bring yours. And both teams not backing down, but the umps say, hey, chill out.
Well, there is a fine line. I can appreciate the sportsmanship and the pride that goes into it, but you can't get too hefty as Colin Gibbs leads off the top of the sixth with a cut and a miss. Next pitch to Gibbs is fouled away. For strike two. The new University of Delaware Blue Hen leading off this inning 3-2. The T-Bolts are down once again. Here in the top of the sixth. Gibbs will take strike three. He will get rung up. And now it will get handed off to Kai Schmelzer.
It seems like no matter who's pitching tonight in this second game of the doubleheader, strikeouts will be followed. We've seen so many tonight dealt by this Aces team.
First pitch in there is a strike yet again. Brody Sean seems like he's going to get a chance to try and lock down this game in the later innings. The 0-1 on the way, up high for a ball.
I mean, let's just talk about these numbers, Patrick. Between Jack Fury and Brody Sean, they have a combined 10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts, and we're talking about the sixth inning here. Fury with 7, Brody Sean with 3.
That one's in there for strike two. I mean, this is what happens when you're facing two ACC caliber arms at the very least. Two guys that just are all business on the mound. The 1-2. Swung on and missed.
There's 11.
And it looks near impossible to get that fastball if you were at the plate. And now it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter, Joey King, stepping in to make an appearance in the second game of this doubleheader. Jonah Acosta's day is done. It was a long one for Acosta. He had plenty of action on the diamond. Now he can rest easy for the rest of the night. First pitch to King is swung on and missed, strike one.
It's just all Brody right now.
Yep.
Like you said, really hard to hit that fastball.
Swung on and missed, strike two. Brody Shaw is just shoving it past the T-Bolts right now. This is exactly what you need on the mound if you are the Alexandria Aces. They know what happened last game. They don't want that to happen again. King does get a piece of it, though. He grounds it out to the shortstop, Scro. He fires across the diamond for out number 3. So a ball is put in play, but with no authority. The T-Bolts are blanked in the top of the sixth. They'll go to the bottom, looking to keep this lead at 1 for Alexandria and try and make another come-from-behind victory. Brian will bring you a word from our sponsors, though, before all of the action resumes.
Radial Tire Company. The Radial Tire Company on 9101 Brookville Road in Silver Spring specializes in balancing, repair, and installation of your car's tires. The Radial Tire Company has experienced technicians with a commitment to quality service, advanced equipment for balancing and installation, and comprehensive repair options. The Radial Tire Company on 9101 Brookville Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Chuck Levin's Music. Chuck Levin's Washington Music Center at 11151 Veers Mill Road in Wheaton has been serving Washington musicians since 1958. Chuck Levin's is family run and is famous for instrument sales and its repair facilities for guitars, woodwinds, brass, strings, and electronics. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 6. Chuck Levin's Washington Music Center at 11151 Veers Mill Road in Wheaton, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
T-Bolts will call upon their third arm of the ball game. The day is done for left-hander Jabril Scott. And now I'll bring on a new bullpen arm to hold down
Looks like
the
Vincent.
score.
Looks like Vincent Anzadi.
Anzadi, yeah.
I think it's his first appearance for the Thunderbolts.
I think we saw him in Bethesda on that
Bethesda,
on the
okay.
breakfast baseball game.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Or brunch baseball, whatever time you wake up. Maybe some people are eating breakfast at 10 a.m. Kind of late, although I've developed some bad habits over the summer. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't even ask for mine, Patrick.
Yeah. I don't want to dig into my own pride here. But Vincent Anzadi, he threw 2 scoreless innings in Bethesda his last time out. The Bethesda native at that. So shoving in his old stomping grounds at Shirley Povich Field. 2 scoreless innings, as I mentioned, 2 strikeouts to boot in that appearance.
He's only a freshman.
Yeah, he's a rising freshman. He's going to be going to Dominican University.
Congratulations to him on finishing high school, just as you, Patrick. Congrats to you,
Yeah.
Kai Schmelzer, all the guys on this squad, and good luck to them in their college journeys.
You don't have to congratulate me. It's okay.
Congratulations, Patrick.
Thank you. Again, I'm getting put in my place here tonight. Kai Schmelzer, Vincent Anzadi. This is a backstop or battery, I should say. That's my age. I'm not doing well. First pitch from Anzadi will trickle away. 4-1, unable to make a clean stop. Elijah Grant, Jackson Scrow, and Hunter White up in this inning. The aforementioned Grant leading things off. Waits on a 1-0. Upstairs, ball 2. Grant 2 for 3 in this ball game. You know, he's technically got 2 legs of the cycle. So are we on cycle watch?
Potentially.
We'll see if he can get one out and get a triple. I think he can get the triple. His count goes to 3-0.
He's fast enough.
He's fast enough to get that triple. Maybe an inside the park home run or just a home run over the fence. I don't know. The late game shenanigans, we'll have to wait and see. And today, sets for his 3-0 and deals ball 4. So the young battery trying to get on the same page here in Alexandria. And Elijah Grant's speed could be vital here for the Aces in order to extend this lead that they don't want the Thunderbolts to catch again. It's the 3rd time being on base for Elijah Grant here in this game. Jackson Scroll put together a really good battle his last time up. Ended up popping out to shortstop, though. And today, 5 straight balls out of the bullpen. That pitch will miss for ball 2. Elijah Grant does take off on the pitch. I don't think we've seen a single catcher throw down to second or third here in this game. The 2-0 to number 2. And today will step off before that pitch, though. It's going to be a pitch timer violation. I think, Brian, we might need to start bringing in the timer to the backstop, just like they do in the big leagues.
Maybe.
That pitch is a strike. Jackson Scrow was ready to toss the bat over to his own dugout, but instead he'll be in this at bat for at least one more pitch. 3-1. Swung on and missed. Kind of a half swing, if you will. Didn't fully commit to the full swing. So now the count goes to 3-2. Vincent Anzade could really use the strikeout right now. Not paying the runner any mind. And now it's ball 4 to Jackson Skrull. Runners on first and second. First two hitters in the lineup, if you will. And Hunter White with a great opportunity to pad a one-run Aces lead in this at-bat. And today looks back the runner at second. He will throw over to Matthew Kim, or no, Colin Gibbs was covering. Pardon me. Before he even throws a pitch to Hunter White. White has gotten the start at both games here in this one. Both runners are going on a double steal. Schmelzer has nowhere to go, though, with the baseball. And just like that, runners are on second and third with nobody out, making the likelihood of the Aces extending their lead even better. White out of West Liberty University, as we mentioned earlier in this game, will take upstairs for ball 2. Originally at IUP, though, Indiana University of Pennsylvania. He's got a career 30 collegiate games under his belt, 75 plate appearances to go with that. That is a strike. And today is slowly but surely starting to find the zone. Uniquely enough, Hunter White competed in the New York Collegiate League last summer, so he's starting to make the rounds on the summer circuit. That is absolutely crushed, but goes way foul. The count is even 2-2. Nobody out, runners on second and third, 3-2. The Thunderbolts trail against the Alexandria Aces, game 2 of the doubleheader. Anzade will set, takes a breath, and fires. That is a pop-up. Don't think it's in play. Thankfully, it does not hit a car. His parking lot has been under fire today.
Seriously. It's really worrying.
We'll do the 2-2 again between Anzade and White. He freezes him.
Big strikeout.
Anzade makes a huge pitch. He was clearly not expecting anything off speed from Anzade, but perfectly sequenced from the right-hander. And just like that, he's got one out. Now he has to face the cleanup hitter Matthew Pazak out of UPenn. Pazak pops it up. I don't know if it'll be deep enough. Matthew Kim running over to his glove side. He makes a catch and keeps the runner at third base. So Anzade has settled in now. Collects 2 outs quickly. And I was going to share a fun fact about UPenn, and I still will, but Pazak making it a lot more difficult. UPenn is an Ivy, in case anyone didn't know. So Pazak clearly got the smarts. Hitting the books in the academic school year, and now he's hitting pop-ups in the summer. Caught you off guard there, I could tell. Strike 1.
Just wasn't expecting him to catch a stray.
Strike one to Jack Warner. Hey, it was on the tee. He hit the baseball, so
Yeah.
I felt like I had to throw that in there. But, yeah, I felt like I was on a tee. I don't know about you.
No, that was nice.
Yeah.
It was just
I think I
funny.
made that joke when the Aces played the T-Bolts in that 20-0 victory. As the count is 1-1 on Jack Warner.
Yeah, maybe he's smart enough to realize that that's not ideal.
Maybe not. I'll give you this. He's hitting 381 in the Summers. That is crushed. Don't know if that's going to go fair. It is foul. Both runners would have scored if that was a fair ball, but they'll go back to their original bases.
Yeah, 381 is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's living the life. He's going to a really good school.
Yep.
He's going to get a really good education, and he's playing good baseball.
But yeah, he's hitting 381 in 14 games. 2 homers, 13 driven in for Matthew Pazak, who was up at the plate previously. So, all things considered, he's having himself a great summer. Great life, really, if he's going to an Ivy League school. The 1-2 on the current hitter, Jack Warner, though, is going to skip away from Schmeiser. Grant takes off of the plate. He is safe. That is a huge run for the Alexandria Aces as they scratch it across. The ball got just far enough, and Elijah Grant can really push the limits with the wheels that he has. And just like that, it's a 4-2 ball game. Jackson Scrow on his way to third on that pitch as well.
Well, I'm not gonna make the mistake of saying that it's not comebackable because I almost did that last game.
Yeah, now anything's possible for the T-Bolts. And Jack Warner's going to get hit.
Should have warned him.
So Anzane was in a second and third nobody out situation. He got 2 outs. He did what he needed to do. Just an unlucky bounce for Kai Schmelzer behind the plate. And now 2 runners are on once again, this time at first and third on the corners.
Yeah, I guess Jack Warner usually does the warning, but no one warned him that he was going to get hit by a pitch.
Now Liam Irving stands in for the Aces. Schmelzer will go nowhere with it. Smart play, catcher fundamentals. When runners are at the corners, you do not throw the baseball.
Yeah, I don't think he would have had much of a chance with him anyway. He was moving quickly.
Anzane hunting that third out. The 1-0, he deals. That is going to be hit right to the second baseman, Matthew Kim, and he catches it on the fly. Gets the glove in there just in time. Vincent Anzane does give up the 4th run Alexandria has recorded in this game. And they're going to have to deal with Brody Shaw at the plate, who has been absolutely rolling. We'll come back for the top of the 7th here on the Thunderbolts Baseball YouTube channel. But Brian will bring you a word from our sponsors.
Wild Bill Sports. Wild Bill Sports is all about travel, baseball, and fun. At Wild Bill Sports, travel baseball is the journey players take to develop skills, increase confidence, and grow with integrity, both on and off the field. Wild Bill Sports also promotes community engagement and giving back. Contact Wild Bill Sports at wildbillsports.com. Wild Bill Sports, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Jay Hollinger's Waterman's Chop House at 8606 Colesville Road in Silver Spring serves up Chop House classics, fresh seafood, Chesapeake Bay oysters, a raw bar, and hyper seasonal local produce. Jay Hollinger's Waterman's Chop House at 8606 Colesville Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
And of course, we saw Max Eckert hyping up. That is hyping up Wild Bill Sports. That is his travel baseball team. He's very proud to be running Wild Bill Sports. So for the sake of our assistant coach here, I would go out to say one of the best coaches in the Ripken League, if not the best. Go check it out for his sake.
Great sponsor.
Oh, yeah. Guaranteed. He's had His dad would be proud. Getting his own ad read here on the Thunderbolts YouTube channel, where we are bringing you a doubleheader against the Alexandria Aces. T-Bolts are on the road for this one. This is their last shot in regulation at the plate. Connor Fricky, the leadoff man, he takes ball one. I have a feeling they're going to be hanging on every pitch, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, after what happened last game, we had an 8-5 ball game in the top of the 7th, just where we are now. This time it's a 2-run ball game. This is not over.
He fouls it away. That is exactly why the fence is right there, folks. So nobody gets hurt.
Safety first.
Safety first. That's the best way you can put it. Fricky now has 1-1 count after the foul ball. Brody Sean going to stick out there. After a brilliant performance from Jack Fury, that's going to go foul.
Brody Sean, after 2 innings of his own, has 4 strikeouts, 0 earned runs, and only 21 pitches so far. So he's been very efficient. Now he works into his 3rd and final inning.
I mean, to put it simply, Brian, no one is catching up to his fastball. Just blowing it by guys. The 1-2. That is smashed foul.
Well, Fricky caught up to that one. He was just a little early.
He was early.
Crazy to think about.
I know the start's been over for a while, but Jack Fury will close the book on him. 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. And get this, 6 of them were looking.
That's nasty.
So that is just nasty stuff and command from the left-hander out of Gonzaga College High School. And Connor Fricky able to lay off that pitch. That was such a disciplined take for ball 2.
It all starts with 1 base runner. You got to get somebody on. That's what I said last time. It happened. Let's see if we can do it again.
Trying to manifest that I see.
I'll keep my mouth quiet.
And Fricky once again drills one to the backstop. Hitting the fences. Protecting the fans, and quite frankly, our setup. We would not be here without the fence. We would most likely be
dead.
Yeah. I don't know
close to it.
Yeah. Didn't know if that was an appropriate word to say on air, but here we are. The 2-2. Swung on and tipped into the mitt. 4 strike 3. Brody Sean has done an amazing job for the Alexandria Aces out of the bullpen to just put this T-Bolts offense under lock and key. Now it'll be Matthew Kim stepping in. Connor Fricky gave it all he had in that at-bat. Owen Cutney came out of this game for undisclosed reasons. Not quite sure what happened, but
both guys subbing for each other in both games.
Yeah, it's true.
Pretty interesting.
that is an interesting dynamic, but I'm sure those two have respect for each other enough to make the sacrifice and do what the team needs. Matthew Kim grounds it over to 3rd base. Noah Harvey picks it up. The Richmond Spider throws it away. Matthew Kim quickly realizes that he's going to go down to 2nd.
Kimmy.
Matty K. There you go.
Instead of Gibby from iCarly, you got to say Kimmy.
Kimmy.
Or if you watch South Park, Timmy. Instead, Kimmy.
You went to 2 references to lines like that, except Gibby for Kirk Gibson of the LA Dodgers with that iconic home run back in the 1988 World Series. But Kimmy, Matty K, Matthew Kim, whatever you want to call him, he's standing on 2nd base.
That's big time. That looked like out number 2 right there, but now you got a guy on 2nd base.
Call him a potential run. How about that?
I will.
Let's put this on the upswing. Griffin Puval, who
home run ties the game.
He's been up in so many clutch spots. He takes a big hack, fouls it away. I mean, hey, out of anyone in this lineup, Griffin Puval could be a guy to hit it out of the yard.
Well,
just with his sheer power.
With how fast Brody Sean throws, if you could just match that speed and hit it right when it gets to you, you can send that one back the other way for a homer.
Matthew Kim on 2nd, 4-2. Alexandria Aces, Brody Sean bringing the heat still in this outing. Puts sticks on the board, 1-1. with 1 out to boot. And you're absolutely right, Brian. You know, Brody Sean is bringing that velo. So if the T-Bolts can match it, as you said, they're going to be in a good spot. Hitting the balls hard. That is
go.
Gonna
Coming
go.
towards us. Ooh.
Thankfully, that is going to hit nobody. And there we go. They got the foul ball.
We just saw a lady sprint.
There you go.
Entertainment here in
Congratulations.
Alexandria.
Oh, yeah. Any form of entertainment we can take. We've seen so much baseball here today. Griffin Puvo swings and misses, though, for strike 3.
Wow.
That's not entertainment for the T-Bolts fans.
That's strikeout number 6 for Brody Sean, and 13 total between him and Fury. They've only pitched 2 guys.
Yeah. Jack Fury and Brody Sean, the 2 arms being used in this game, and that is huge. After they gave up 19 in game 1, right? Maybe they had to cycle through a few more pitchers than they would have liked. And here in this game, they've just shut it down.
Only 1 more out remains.
Cam Baker takes ball 1. And quite frankly, Brian, Brody Sean is just able to throw that fastball however much he wants. And, you know, the T-Bolts are catching up to it.
It's all about staying alive now, Patrick. 1 more out.
One last chance.
I don't think he went.
For the
but
T-Bolts.
They say he went.
They do say he won around. I think he might have. Smart of the Aces to appeal it. Now 1-1 for the Indian River College outfielder, Cameron Baker. He's had himself a nice day. Had 3 hits in game 1, as we talked about. He will take that one down low, though. 2-1. And, of course, Josh Hurd hyping up his guys late in the game. I'll be doing a feature article on him soon, and everyone has just called him the vibes guy. Brody Sean fires in strike 2, putting the Deuces Wild into effect.
Here we go.
The Aces have 1 more pitch to go. Can Cameron Baker come through, keep the line moving? Here in the top of the 7th, as the T-Bolts are down 2. He will.
He did not go.
He did not go around. And that's the thing with those check swings, Brian. If you appeal it and the umpire says he didn't go, no matter what the pitch looked like, it's going to be called a ball. And that pitch looked good. I think maybe you could have called it a strike if, regardless of the swing. Now it's a full count. Cam Baker is fighting. You got to respect it from number 42. Possibly the only place we're going to see the number 42 worn in baseball.
3-2.
Of course, Jackie Robinson wearing it with pride, and every team has it retired in the majors. Baker waits on the 3-2 yet again. He swings and misses. Brody Sean with an excellent performance here in this game.
And that'll do it.
Came in and shoved out of the bullpen. And the Aces avoid getting swept here in the doubleheader. They will split it with the T-Bolts. And both teams are going to go home happy with a win at the very least.
Well, we saw 2 really exciting games of baseball. This one was more of a low-scoring game. The other one finished 19-8. It's been a little bit of this, a little bit of that tonight, Patrick.
Yep.
Like you said, most of the times when teams play a doubleheader, they usually split. Today we saw a split. The Aces could have easily won that first game. The Thunderbolts took it. The Thunderbolts could have easily taken the second game. The Aces took it. It was just a good battle between 2 teams. 1-1 overall. Great baseball being played. It was surely a pleasure tonight.
First we saw an offensive outburst, and then we had kind of a pitcher's duel by the Ripken League standards. And like you said, Brian, just an overall good matchup between these 2 teams, as they both walk away with a win here in the doubleheader. It is a final of 4-2. The Alexandria Aces take it. Brody Sean just shoving out of the bullpen, shoving the fastball alone, quite frankly. He goes 3 shutout innings, no hits against him, 7 strikeouts. So 14 Ks for the Aces pitching staff here in this game. But the T-Bolts still looked incredible in Game 1. The pitching staff was still good in Game 2. So I think they're going to be walking away with plenty of positives still as they pack the bags to head back home.
Absolutely. It's been a blast. Thank you to the Aces for hosting such a great doubleheader. It was a lot of fun, and I saw a lot of really great baseball today. But, yeah, it's been – you want to take us home, Patrick?
Yeah, for sure. You got any last words before we sign off?
Well, the season keeps going. The Thunderbolts got one out of 2. They've been battling, and I'm ready to see that paying forward. Watch out for these Thunderbolts. You don't want to play them later on in the season.
They look a lot better than they did at the outset of it. They will be taking on the Olney Cropdusters at Blair Baseball Stadium tomorrow at 7 p.m. So, T-Bolts fans, you can access these guys very easily. And, just come on out to the yard or tune in to the Thunderbolts YouTube channel where we will have a guaranteed camera for you guys as we, head back home. So, good doubleheader. We saw a little bit of everything here in this one, and ultimately it is split. For Brian Alves, Sam Bergstrom, I'm Patrick Moran. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in for Game 1, Game 2, or both. And with that, we are signing off.